workouts and rundowns to learn to get into the winner's circle. The reason why I say this is because with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, I put together 22 numbers that did the 111 rundown on. And with those 22 numbers, I have all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations in 22 columns that I can teach anybody in an hour or less how to track their own numbers for their own state. People, uh, the way to winning and the secret to winning is going to be you tracking your own numbers for your own state and know why you plan your numbers. There's not going to be any way that you're going to know what's going on with those numbers just using the grids, the date sums, the root sums, the tic-tac-toes, the different, multiple different rundowns and workouts if you don't track the numbers to see what they're actually doing. So with the PICK-3 at a glance, I put together an algorithm that you can track the numbers on paper and you'll know what's going on with the numbers. You won't be guessing the numbers for your state. There's only 365 days in a year. You have 1,000 numbers. You're only going to get a third of those numbers every year. And if you're not tracking, you have no idea what the other 635 numbers are doing. So it's practically impossible for you to know what numbers to play. The numbers are random. There's nothing out there going to tell you what's coming the next day, the next week, the next month. A PICK-3 number can take 15 years and never come out exact. And the only way that you're going to know what's going on with the actual numbers is tracking them. I can teach anybody how to use the PICK-3 at a glance strategy in an hour or less. But that's not going to be the key. Teaching you and you doing it is the key. And like I say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with your budget. I spend about $3 to possibly $5 a day on a somewhat on a consistent basis. But by tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, I know how to cut back. And if I can't play, I still track. That way I know what the numbers are doing. And when I know what the actual numbers are doing in my state, I build a bucket list of numbers. I don't look for numbers after they done fallen and then try to find a number that's coming the next day. You can't see what the actual numbers are doing that way. With the grids, with the date sums, with the root sums, with the tic-tac-toe, with the workouts, and different methods, you making up numbers to play to figure out what's coming the next day. Or with PICK-3 at a glance, you're working with the true, real numbers to make know what's coming, build a skill set of a bucket list of numbers that with a high probability are coming in. With the algorithm, we play with the overdue numbers. I don't play the numbers that came already. I narrow the numbers down to the ones that haven't came and then build a skill set and a strategy to winning with the numbers that haven't came. And I feel you have a better chance of winning and increasing your chance of winning by narrowing the numbers down to see for the year what numbers haven't came. Okay? So this is what the PICK-3 at a glance is about. The secret and the key to winning is you. No tic-tac-toe, no boots up, no grid, no multiple different rundowns and workouts are going to tell you what those 1,000 numbers are doing. And you have to track every day. Or with the PICK-3 at a glance, if you get a couple of days or a week behind, it's so easy and simple to catch up on what you know with the numbers. You'll always be on track. And like I always say, tracking is king. So you have to put the wood in to get the fire out. There's no way around success in anything that you do. The only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. That's what my teacher used to tell me. You got to put the work in to be successful. So leave any comments into the comment section. Share, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. So when I go live, you'll be able to know I'm live and come on the live, leave comments, and participate in the live. So like I always say, play them till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing. Good luck it down.
Hello, 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 and welcome everyone. How's everybody today on this happy Tuesday? I think it is just Tuesday. Glad to have you with me. Let's see. Illinois evening draw, we had the 722 to come in. 722 to come in. One of my subscribers is looking for 727. I'm wondering if he might have just added that 722 in since the 22 didn't fall any last month, and no 7 had failed with any number for the month. So this is the things that you have to look for to build a skill set and a strategy when you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and eliminating all guesswork. Now when you studying with facts and not fiction. That's all I can say. If you track it with, you study it now, you study with the facts and not the fiction. Because anything other than studying with the numbers and seeing what the numbers are doing, you study fiction. That's all I can say. I don't care whatever method you use it. But all methods, I mean, whatever method you want to use, if it's working for you, it's working for you. But the facts is working for me. Okay. We had the 722 to come in right here for October the 20th, Illinois evening draw. PICK-3 at a glance works for all states because you're tracking your own numbers for your own state. All the numbers run different. The lottery don't play fair. You already know that the odds is against you by a whole lot. So you can't be thinking, working, trying to get miracles or miracle ways to try to win if you're not tracking the actual numbers and seeing what they do. PICK-3 is the only one I do because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. With the PICK-3 at a glance strategy and algorithm, I can track all 1,000 numbers on paper. That's the key with me. I can make notations, I can study the actual numbers and know what they're doing in real time. Not going back looking at numbers and trying to figure out what's going on for the next day. I'm on top of it because I'm working with the real numbers. I know what every one of the numbers are doing each day because I'm tracking them each day. So I'm not hit with a surprise. When a 722 comes, I'm not hit with the surprise that it came. I knew it was due, but you can track them all, but you can't play them all. That's why I say you have to build a strategy and a skill set to winning. We have to build a strategy and a skill set to winning. And the only real strategy and skill set is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers to see what they're doing no matter what number you play. Because when you play and you win, if you don't know what had happened previously or what the numbers are doing, you're still starting all over again from scratch. That's why I say with the PICK-3 at a glance, you're continuously building a build set up, building a set of numbers that you play continuously. Okay? You don't look for the numbers after a number come in and try to win and figure out what's coming the next day. 9 out of 10, you already have the numbers that you want to play. And you, like I say, OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget. Those are the numbers that you continuously play until they hit. Then when they hit, then you got the next set of numbers already ready, waiting to play. You're building a bucket list of numbers. It could be 5 numbers, 10 numbers. It depends on what your budget is. It can be 20 numbers. I mean, I don't really get that far with 20 numbers. Mine is usually within 10 numbers, a skill set, a number that I'll keep to play on a daily basis, on and off. But it depends on when I win. Now, I might go 10 for a little while every day, and then I'll back off. This is going to be to what the numbers are telling you to do and what your budget is telling you to do. You don't want to run out of money at the end of the day as you want to stay in the game. If it ain't putting but $2 or $3 a day on your numbers that you're playing, that's the name of the game. You want to stay in the game. So if you go broke or have to wait till a paycheck, then your number could come in between. If you miss 1 or 2 days, maybe you might not mess up. But I usually play consistent enough to where I might miss 1 or 2 days and then I'm back playing. Okay, that's how it goes. But I play PICK-3 pretty much for fun. I don't let it stress me out. It used to stress me out. This is before I came up with my own system, my own strategy, my own way of winning with this system here, tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, because I know what the numbers do now. I'm not guessing what these numbers are doing. I know what they're doing. And I know any PICK-3, any number, just say this 905 that came here, I could hop on this 905 because it's hitting real good. And this thing might not show up like this for 15 years again. This 905 might not show up for 15 years. PICK-3 numbers can take, them PICK-3 numbers can take 15 years and never show up again in exact order. This is what you call building your strategy and your skill set. And knowing what the numbers are capable of. If you don't know what these numbers are capable of, you're just playing in the dark. And that's what this is based off of. Being organized. I got 4 months of data right here that I can go back and glance to see what's going on with all those numbers without going back and looking for patterns. I don't need patterns. I need numbers, the actual numbers that I'm going back to look for to see what the actual numbers were doing. I'm not looking for patterns. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not looking for patterns. I want to know when the last time a number failed and how it failed and why I would even play it again, if I play it again. But working with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, we're working off the law of average. And the law of average is off the due numbers. That's the average. I'm averaging, okay, this number ain't failed in 8 months. Is it good for me to add to my bucket list of numbers? And if so, why would I add it to my bucket list of numbers? What's been happened that I know about these numbers that it would be a good fit for me to play? Eliminating all guesswork. So when something happened, I'm not surprised. I knew it was going to happen. Now, could I play it? No, I couldn't play it. I'm fine with that. But at least I know what happened. And I know next time something happened, I know what to do more likely than not. Because I'm working with the actual 1,000 numbers and I understand everything that these PICK-3 numbers are doing by tracking them all. Now, like I said, the 722 came in, 722 came in Illinois evening draw. So first thing you're going to do, this is how the PICK-3 at a glance strategy is set up. I took 22 numbers and I made 22 columns. And with those 22 columns, I did the 111 rundown on those 22 columns. And I came numbers and I made these 22 columns here. 10 on the singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's only 10 on the doubles. Oh, 10, that's a 10, I'm sorry. 12. I'm going to get ahead of myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the singles, because the singles can come 6 different ways. Doubles can only come 2 different ways, and 10 on the doubles. 12 on the singles, 10 on the doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. With those 22 numbers, I have all 1,000 numbers in a possible combination. So anytime one of them winning numbers come in, I can always find it on these sheets. And that's all I got to look at. I don't have to look at a tic-tac-toe. I don't have to look at day sum. I don't look at pattern. I don't have to root sum. I don't look at nothing, because it's all included in me tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Okay? Now, here, it's all included. So here, whenever a single come in, I got it there for the single numbers. And the double, like I said before, I got it for the doubles. That's strategy number 1. The singles and the double columns tracking is strategy number 1. Strategy number 2 is tracking the single pairs, the individual pairs, to see how long it takes for a pair to come out, like 2 numbers. Like 1, 2, 3, like just 2 numbers. 01, 02, 46. How long will it take for one of these numbers to come out, working with the law average? In the pairs, out of these 1,000 numbers, is 500,000 pairs, close to 500,000 pairs to these 1,000 numbers. You can't guess what's going on with these pairs to win and be a better player. You have to know what pairs, what they're doing, and how they fall, and what's going on with them every day or month by month. Listen to what I said. It's 500,000, close to 500,000 pairs out of these 1,000 numbers. But I broke it down into a triangle where you can track every pair. Every pair. Now, don't ask me how I came up with this. People say it's a genius thing, but I don't feel like a genius, because I struggled through math all the way through school. And once I got through pre-algebra, I was done. And as far as I went with math. So this is all of it's my baby, but I like this one better, I think, for some reason. Because when you look at a single pair and see that it could take 4 months, and a single pair number won't show up, that's a quarter of it. 4 months. That's a third of the year. 4 months, yeah. That's a third of the year. 3 times 12. 3 times 4 is 12, yeah. That's a third of the year. And if you play the number with that number in it, and it ain't showed up for 4 months, because there's so many of the pairs. Okay, and then this here, I wanted to know what position the numbers fell in. It's strategy number 3. The 0 to 9, 3 columns, 0 to 9. Okay, so now, anytime a number come in, I know what position it fell in. If it's 1, 2, 3, I know the 1 fell on the front, 2 fell in the middle, 3 fell on the back. And at the end of the month, working with the law average, whatever is not played, I carry it over to the next month. I carry all the data from month to month to month to month to month to month. From January to December, I carry all the data from month to month to month to month. But I have an annual sheet with all this information on it, so at a glance, I can watch it and see what's going on. Now, again here, if I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If I play a double like 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. If I play a triple, 0, 0, 0. And whatever's left, I know exactly what number didn't hit that previous month, or how I hit. Then I have the front pair and back pair. That's strategy number 4. 4 simple but powerful strategies. Simple but powerful track. to get you in the winner circle. I have the front pair, back pair of numbers. With any number that falls, I chop off the front and the back. This is your yearly sheet here. So at the end of the year and through the year, I'll always know what pair didn't hit on the front and what pair didn't hit on the back. And when it's time for me to use it, I don't have to guess about using it. I'm going to know how to use it when I'm building my bucket list of numbers. I'm not guessing how to use it. I'm going to know how to use them because I know everything about every pair that didn't fall. And by the time the end of the year comes, I know just about what all the data looks like and how I would play the numbers by just tracking. Here, Illinois Evening Draw. These are my bucket list of numbers that I'm playing. Now, the thing about this, you might see something I miss. You might build a different strategy that makes it more effective for you to play. These are the doubles that I'm playing for the rest of the year. I'm not hopping off and on and off my numbers because I know why I'm playing these numbers and how I'm using them. Then when I win, I'm not going looking for numbers. I already got numbers that I'm going to play. I don't have to look for numbers because these are my numbers. I know these numbers didn't play all this year, the ones that aren't circled. Working with the law average, playing with the overdue numbers in my state, in Illinois Evening Draw. I keep midday numbers separated from midday and evenings numbers separated on evenings. I don't mix all of it together. If I'm going to set up for midday, I set up for strictly midday. If I set up for evening, I set up strictly for evening. That way I can track everything that the numbers are doing because they all going to run different from draw to draw. From draw to draw. Okay? Here, at the end, this time of the year, going into October, November, December, these are the front pairs and the back pairs that I know exactly what front pair and back pair I'm going to use and how I would use it. See, this 2-7 ain't fail. This is how I think. If I have the money, now I'm telling you guys, make sure you don't burn your money up. You see that 7-2-2 play, right? This 2-7 didn't fall on the front. And I know 7's only just hit once this month, and the 2-2 hadn't hit at all last month. It's the first time it hit this month. Right behind that 2-2-7, I would definitely be playing 2-7-2 or 2-7-7, and I would know why I'm playing it. I'm not guessing because I know this 2-7 ain't hit. My number that I'm playing here right now is this 1-7 because it ain't failed in 22 months. This 1-7 Illinois Evening Draw ain't failed in 22 months. Can you believe that? So anybody that was playing any number with a 1 and 7 in it, 1 and 7 on the front here, ain't hit, I know it all, for almost 2 years. I laugh at this, which is astounding what you're going to see when you track the actual numbers. It's astounding what you're going to see. And say, okay, this is why I've been losing all the time, because I don't know what the numbers doing. So I would play 1-7-2 or 1-7-7. But I'm definitely going to I know to put more money on that 1-7 now. Because ain't no 7 hit for the whole month. And that 7-2-2 that just hit was the first time it hit. So 7's about due now. If you have the money, that's why I say don't burn your money up. You'll see stuff and you might not be ready when it comes. That gives you the power. You'll know when to hold them and when to fold them. See, then look here, this 1-7 and this 7-5 and this 7-6 on the back ain't hit all month. My number is this 1-7-5. Really, my number is this 1-7-5, 1-7-6 because I can mate them up. It already failed as 5-7-1 and 6-7-1. But I know for a fact it ain't failed as 1-7-5 and 1-7-6. And how I would play it. This 5-5 is the only double left for the whole year on the front that ain't hit for the whole year. And to me, that's out of the norm. See, I know when you start tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you're going to know when things are out of the norm and when they fall in line, because you can gauge better. And you would think that this 17 not hitting for 2 years almost now is out of norm, but it's not. Any of these pairs can take two years or maybe 3 years and not hit on the front or the back. But you would think that wouldn't be normal, but it's actually normal when you tracking. And you'll see the same thing with your state if you start tracking the numbers. And you'll see how to use them. If you're not playing, just track and see what these numbers are doing for you, even before you try to get into playing PICK-3. Then if you might play a little, I mean, me, if I was doing it, I probably, like, say, this is what I would do. Like I say, I would play this 175 and this 176 50-cent straight. That's the $1. Then this 1-7, I play it on the front if you can play on front. But it's imperative, if you can't play front and back pair, you need to know what these pairs are doing on the front and back. But I can play in Illinois. I'll play this 1-7. I'll play this 1-7 on the front for $1. Now that's $2, right? Then I'll play this 5-7 50-cent on the back and this 7-3 50-cent on the back. So that's $3 total. That's all I would play. Even though I got a lot of other stuff I see that's out there, what I'm hoping for now, nothing comes before this comes. And when this comes, I ain't guessing where I'm going to get my numbers. I've already got my bucket list of numbers that I'm going to go back and invest in. And not some more made up numbers. I got these, I'm going back to pick up. Say, okay, yeah, I got the dollars now. I'm going to play these now. And I stay on these. I don't jump on and off of them. So let's go through my procedure. I'm going to show you what it takes. I'm going to just take you through pretty much without me explaining. I'm going to take you through it first, and then I'm going to go back and explain how I do every day to track the numbers using the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. I send these out in PDF form. Email me, momoneyterry@gmail.com, all small cap, momoneyterry@gmail.com, momoneyterry. Like I said, I got my calendar here. First thing I do when the number come in, I do the 722. Then I do the 111 rundown on the 722. Find out what column it is under on the doubles, because it's a double. Got two like numbers and that's it. And I'll see what column. I already know what column is under. I know what column is because you're gonna memorize the numbers. I know it's on the column of 5 because it's a false triple. See, here it is right here. The 722. I'll mark it off. Bam, I'm done. And then I'll go back to strategy number 2. Here, the triangle. I know it's the 22 and the 27. Right here. I'll mark it off. The 22, first time it came in, didn't come in at all last month because I got a line under it. And here the 27. Remember I told you no 7 had failed for the whole month here. No 7. Now I'm going to mark off the 27. Bam, I'm done. Now I need to know what position that the numbers fell in. 722, I'll mark off the 7 on the front. Bam. The 22 on the back. Bam, bam. And then my front pair, back pair. Strategy number 4. on the sheet. I mark, see if the 7-2 fell on the front. Yes, it did. I mark it off. Bam. And the 2-2 on the back. Yes, it marked last year. I mean, this year. Bam. That's my procedure. That's it. I'm done. Now I can go walk the dog, feed the cat, do my money, my honey-do list. I'm done with the numbers. And if you're doing midday, it's the same procedure. How long that take? About 5 minutes? And I know everything there is to know about the numbers. 5 minutes. And I ain't guessing. I ain't got to go back and look at for patterns and grids and root sums and date sums and tic-tac-toes and multiple different rundown. Because I got everything now right here that I need to know. Everything I need to know with all the numbers right here. I know what everything I need to know right here, here, and here. It's all done. It's all done. It's all done. It's all done. And I got my calendar here. I can go back at a glance and see. It's all done. That's it. I'm done. Now I can go back and do anything I want to do. I ain't got to worry about these numbers no more till I get ready to play. But I ain't got to worry to play because when I win, I already know my numbers that I done gathered along the way. I already got my numbers right here. I'm done. I'm going to go play this. Okay, I'm done. Bam. I'm done. Now we're going to go to the food procedure. But I just want to show y'all how easy it is. Now, let's go. I'm for anybody that's new now, if you've been with me and you are novelist at it, so you seen my procedure. I'm giving y'all some tea. I hope y'all know I'm giving y'all some tea now. It took me some pain to get this and put this together. Y'all getting a treat. I don't have a membership. I just say when you start. Get on 307. Yeah, that 307. I know you see that 037. It's 037. But the 307, why you said the 307 star field key? Star, I'm just going to say star. I don't want to turn your name up. But you might say why you saying it. But the number's random. Play responsibly. Don't play out need of greed. Have fun with this. You'll have fun tracking it. But if you're saying get on the 307, let me know why you're saying that if you've been following me. But here, I'm going to go down here. One. If you're saying get on that, I know we're talking about the column or the number itself. Okay. Now, we had the 722 to come out. This is what I do. I do the 722. I do the 1-1 rundown to find out what column. Like I say, I already knew what column it was on me, but you're going to do the rundown to find the column that the 722 would go into. So you're going 1, 8, 9. 1 to 9 is 10, but you only use the 0. You count straight down. Add 1 to 0 is 1. 1 to 1 is 2. 1 to 2 is 3. 1 to 3 is 4. 1 to 4 is 5. 1 to 5 is 6. Then 1 to 6 is 7. Same number at the bottom. You got top yet correctly. You count straight down again. You're going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. And again, you're going to go 1, 2. You're going to go with the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2. So we're going to see. Now, you know, these here are called false triples. This column is column 5. I know that because it's the false triple column. Because if you know, the opposite of a 7 is a 2, and opposite of 2 is a 7. So if it was a triple to come, it would be triple 2s. And the same here would be triple 3s, triple 4s, triple 5s, triple 6s. Then the same here, they go to triple 7s, triple 8s, triple 9s, and triple 0s. And triple 1s again, like that. But anyway, you're going to find out what column is under. I know it's going to be under column 005. and I go to column 005 to find the 722, like we did. But it showed as 227, the same number. It's just a double. It's the same number. All right. And you marked it off. Now, again, like I showed you all, I marked off the 22, the first time it's coming in, and the 27, first time it came in. Then I marked off the 7 on the front, and the 2 in the middle, the 2 in the middle and 2 on the end. And then again, I did the 72 on the front and the 2 on the back, like that. Let's see. Okay, Star. Um, okay, I have one dream numbers. I can't, say I haven't. I haven't, and I've told other people and they want to, but I mean, it's up to anybody that want to do it that way. But like I say, I track the actual 1,000 numbers. I appreciate that. But like I say, play responsibly. Me, and if I don't know why I'm playing a number, I don't play it. And I know dream numbers have happened for me, but I usually don't do dream numbers anymore because they far and in between, and they don't happen all the time. Because I dream a whole lot of numbers after that, and they did not never show up, not for another state, but for the state I'm in. So that's how I had to find a more definite system to use. But yeah, I dreamed a lot of them after that, and it didn't work out too well for me. So that's why I went to tracking the actual, put the PICK-3 at a glance strategy together. Yeah, so, but I thought maybe you had been following me and knowing what the numbers are. But dream numbers, I can't, hey, if it's 4 years, 4 years. I don't care what it is. If it's 4 years, 4 years. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I remember one time I was late going to a bingo game, and the bingo game was halfway over. I had to grab my boards. I grabbed 4 or 5 boards and got at the table, and the next 4 numbers the woman called, I won, and I won all by myself. And I was late getting in the game. So if it's for you, it's for you. That's all I can say. Anything for you is for you. Whether you call it luck, whatever you want to call it, but something for you is for you. And when I did that, I believe anything's possible that's for you. Yeah, I grabbed a handful, a little couple of boards, and the next 4 numbers that woman called, I jackpot by myself, and nobody else jackpot. So, how you explain that away? I don't. So, what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm going to do a tutorial and let you all listen and see my tutorial. It's called PICK-3 for Newbies 517. And if you let me see. Want to listen to it and put comments, then you can.
Sound like a broken record. We hit them again. We hit them again. 517 came in Missouri evening draw. All right. I predicted for evening by tracking, and we're hitting on evenings.
I
Okay?
use that 517
And
because
what we do is we take
I got a lot of
22
views on
numbers,
it,
and we
and
do one
it was
rundown
one of my
on those
winning
22
numbers I
numbers. And
hit
on those
in
22
Missouri.
numbers, we have all 1,000 numbers and a possible combinations of PICK-3.
Hey Scott, how you
It's so
doing?
easy to use. We track, we can track all 1,000 numbers, and we never have to guess what number we playing and why we playing it, because we can track them off 22 easy columns. And that's why I say we the home and no tic-tac-toe, no date sums, no grids, no uh, flips, and no multiple 100 different rundowns that they have out there to try to hit the predict what number is coming in the next day. The system not set up like that. It's set up for you to track the numbers to me and find out. I'd work with the law average and see how the numbers are actually rotating. Okay, and that's what we use to pick through at a glance for. We track the actual 1,000 numbers, and we use the 1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers I mentioned, and we can always know why we're playing our numbers. And if we miss a number, we can strategize and improve on how to hit and do better the next time, which make us all better players. And that's the same thing we did with the 517. Okay, and by working with the law average, we find out what numbers are left. Actual numbers, no guessing numbers, no guessing routine. You're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, then was left, putting them in a bucket list, use those numbers to hit. And once you hit, you continuously have a bucket list of numbers to pull from, actual number of the 1,000 numbers. Okay? So here's the day, it's December the 8th, 2022. Yesterday, evening draw, December 7th, 2022, was 517. That's a straight, all right? And it came, and I like to tell last time that this number come like this so you can see how the numbers rotate and how long it takes them to rotate. Last time this 517 came, Missouri even draw was September 29th, 2021. Okay? So that gives you an idea. When you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, you will begin to see the truth of how these numbers rotate. You'll see the truth about how long it takes you to hit a number. You'll see the truth on what front pairs and back pairs and single numbers, how they're rotating, so you'll know the best way to look at how to hit them. And with this system, I've hit straight more than any other system that I've used, by tracking the front pairs, the back pairs, the single pairs, and tracking the single numbers. And it's all done simple and at a glance. Okay, so this is straight. You can come 6 different ways. You can come 517 like it did. Come 571, 175, 157, 715, and 751. All right. Now, what we're gonna do with those 22 numbers I said, you do the 1-1 rundown on them. With those 22 numbers, with the 1-1 rundown, you got all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations, and you got 22 columns. And when you do the 1-1 rundown, here's the base number. One of these base numbers will always be in the rundown, so you'll know where to find this 517. And what you're going to do, this 1-1 rundown is powerful because it allows you to put all the numbers in a straight numerical order. It's the best rundown to me that's to use to get the 1,000 numbers and see everything at a glance and all in numerical order. Everything with PICK-3 at a glance is in numerical order, easy for you to track. It's trackable, doable, and teachable. So we're going to have 1 to each one of these numbers, starting with the 5. 1 to 5 is 6, 1 to 6 is 7, 1 to 7 is 8, 1 to 8 is 9, and 1 to 9 is 10, but you don't use the 1, you use the 0. You just count straight down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same, when you get to 5 at the bottom, 5 at the top, you're done. Same here, you just count them down. Add 1 1, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1. One at the top, one at the bottom. Same thing here, 7, 8, 9, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 at the bottom, 7 at the top. See how simple that is? Everything is numerical order, everything's easy to add, and all in the same number at the bottom, you get at the top, you're done. All right? So what we're looking for is what base, one of these base numbers is in this rundown you just did. And the base number that's in the rundown that we just did, one of these base numbers, now call them out. You got 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, and 037. That's 12 straights. And then you have 10 doubles. And doubles are two like numbers of the PICK-3, like 001, 002, 003, 004, 005. Triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, 044. Those are 10 numbers. Now we're looking for where this 517 is going to be in those 22 columns. And you're looking for the base number in this rundown, and here it is. Oh, there it is, 026. 062. And there's the 026, and it's in column 10. All right? So when you see it's in a different form, but it's the same number, just one of the 6 ways that this 026 can come. All right? It's one of the 6 ways that 026 can come, but everything's in numerical order. And you see it's column 10, you're going to look for, you got the 026, and when you do the 1-1 rundown, it's going to show as 571. It won't show as 517. Same number, it's just one of the ways the numbers come. If you do the 1-1 rundown on this 026, it's going to show us 571. And here's the 571. Same number, just different way it could come. So here, we're going to go to column 10 and look for the 026 on the straights. Here's column 10. There's the 026. And we're looking for the 571. And there it is. Bam, you're done. All 1,000 numbers are right here. And you can look at them at a glance. The beauty of this workout system is that everything is in numerical order. All these numbers, this is your 1,000 sheet here. That at a glance, you can see what's going on with at any time when one of those 1,000 numbers drop, you can find in what column it's in, and you'll know what's going on with it. So the thing is now, how do you get the 1,000 numbers? You got to look at, when you do the 1-1 rundown on these columns here, you got 10 numbers, but each one of these straights can come 6 different ways. So you got 10 times 6 gives you 60 numbers at a glance in one column of those 1,000 numbers. So 12 times 60 right here, 12 times 60 is 720. All right? That's 720 of those 1,000 numbers you're looking at a glance, where you don't have to do any guesswork. You know where all those 720 numbers are and what column they are in. Now with the doubles, you got 10 of those. And they can come 3 different ways, all right? So for triples can only come one way of the 10 numbers. So you're going to have 30. You're going to have 3 times 10 going to give you 30. Each one of these columns represents 30 numbers. So 9 times 30 going to give you 270. This 720 and this 270 going to give you the 990 numbers all at a glance. Then this straights, these triples here could only come one way, and there's only 10 of them. You're going to add that 10 to that 990, and you got the 1,000, 990 and 10, you the 1,000 numbers that you're looking at here, all at a glance. You ain't never got to worry about where the number's at. You ain't never got to worry about guessing a number. That's why you say the tic-tac-toe, the dates of the grids and the flips. will never show you what this is going to show you. Because you can strategize with this system. Because you'll always know where the numbers are falling off at what column. There's no guesswork in these numbers. You're looking at the actual 1,000 numbers. All right? 1 in 1,000 odds. Okay? That's never going to change when you're playing. These numbers having to rotate by the law of average and counting them out and checking them off is never going to change. And no matter what 6 ways these numbers come in, you'll always find it on the column and check it off. All at a glance. Instead of trying to look at 60 numbers at a glance, all you have to do is look at one column at a glance and know one of those 60 numbers came out in that column. Can't get no easier than that. Okay? All at a glance. Now, this here is a monthly sheet. Now, this is the end of the year. Started in June, but this is the end of the year. Started with YouTube doing it 6 months ago. So this is the monthly sheet, and I did one sheet. I do a sheet every month to see how the numbers are falling every month. Then I do it in 2023. I'll do a January annual sheet where I do mark all the numbers off as they come in every day off each column. So at a glance, I can see where everything is falling for the year. And then I do a monthly sheet to see how everything is falling for a month. All right? So with this monthly sheet, what I look at to see each month, what column no numbers fall off of. Then, working with the law of average, if I get a column that ain't hit in 1 month, which is 30 days, of 60 numbers that ain't filled in 1 month, then 2 months, I get a column and it ain't filled. 3 months, I get a column. Then I know where to look when I do hit for my bucket list, for the numbers I gathered over time. There's where I'm going to get my numbers to pick the hit when I hit next time. I'm not going to be trying to guess all these 1,000 numbers. Because I can find out what column it did come off of, and by the law of average, something's going to fall off that column. So I don't have to guess all these 1,000 numbers to figure out what number I'm going to play. And on average, one of these columns can take, just to show you, can take 3 months, 90 days. If I see a column ain't hit in 90 days, I definitely play this whole column straight box, or I'll play a 50-cent box. By the law of average. And the reason being, I know if a column ain't hit in 3 months, something's going to come off the column. Or 4 months, it can take 4 months. Just to show you how often these numbers, how long it takes these numbers to hit. And when you're playing numbers, you try to figure out what's hitting the next day, it just ain't going to happen. All right? And the beauty of this, everything in numerical order, and the 1-1 rundown with it, in the PICK-3 world, what you're going to hear about is mirrors and opposite numbers. And this here system works beautifully with the mirrors and the opposite number system. So, or mirrors. We call them mirrors. All right. And what we have is a number line here. And we have 1,000 numbers kind of divided in half. All right? And the way you want to look at the mirror opposite number is a 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 4, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. It's just like saying it's in the mirror. 5 mirrors are 0, 0 mirrors are 5, 1 mirrors are 6, 6 mirrors are 1, 2 mirrors are 7, 7 mirrors are 2, 3 mirrors are 8, 8 mirrors are 3, 4 mirrors are 9, 9 mirrors are 4. Just opposites. That's it. But the beauty of this here is, on each one of these columns, the mirrors are included. Okay? So let's go to this 10 again. You see this 571? The mirror of it is 026. All at a glance. See this 137? The mirror of it is 682. This 248, mirror it is 793. Simple reason. 5 is opposite of 0, 0 opposite of 5, 7 opposite 2, 2 opposite 7, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite, all at a glance. That's powerful. For a simple reason, if you got a column here and ain't filled in 3 months, and you realize that it's mirror and opposite ain't filled, you definitely gonna play those 2 numbers, or those 4 numbers, if you got the 0, 1, 2, the 1, 2, 3, the 5, 6, 7, and 6, 7, 8 that ain't filled, you definitely gonna play those 4, because the likelihood of one of those 4s coming in when you play is great. All at a glance. Everything in numerical order. You can't beat that. No big calculation, no nothing. Once you take these 22 numbers, starting with just this one sheet and following me, starting next year for sure, in your own state with your own numbers, because all state numbers rotate different, and you're going to have to track those numbers to see what the DNA and how those numbers are rotating. Midday going to rotate different from evening, evening going to rotate different from midday. They're going to cross paths, but that don't mean the number's going to rotate the same. Okay? It's only 1,000 numbers. They can't help but cross paths 2 or 3 times out of the year. It happens about 3 to 4 times out of the year. Just because 125 shows midday and then 125 comes in evening, don't mean that all those 1,000 numbers are rotating the same. It happens. I track. I've been doing this for a 30-year sheet that I've been working on. I know everything about these numbers and how they actually fall, how they actually rotate. All right? It takes 3 years for these numbers to rotate out, because here's a reality check. You got 1,000 numbers. You got 365 days in a year. If you played a different number every day, you still got 635 of them numbers you ain't gonna hit. On average, that's 365, about a third of those 1,000 numbers. That's why it takes 3 years for the numbers roll out. That's why it takes 3 months for a column to hit. It can go 3 months or 4 months. So when you're playing these numbers and you falling off numbers and switching numbers trying to hit the next day, you might be falling off a number that's coming in. You just ain't played it long enough. And the only way you're going to know how long to play the numbers is tracking the actual numbers. Which you can't get with the tic-tac-toe, the dates, the grids, the flips, and those multiple different rundowns. You just ain't going to get it. But here you get everything, all at a glance. Like I said, 60 to 90 days for one column for something to hit off of it. Another column might be 2 months. And the only way you're going to see what's going on with those numbers is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. The only way. 1,000 numbers, 365 days out of the year. It's only a third of the 1,000 numbers. You got 635 you just ain't going to touch. That's why you have to track the actual numbers. And that's the system I came up with. And I can see everything going on with all those 1,000 numbers. That 571 right here, first time it hit all year. But I had it on my whiteboard to play, and we hit it. Why? Because I'm tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. And I laid out why to play the 571. Because it was other numbers with a 5 and 1 in that hadn't hit. You can strategize with this because you're using the actual 1,000 numbers. There's no other way you're going to be able to do it other than guess with hope and a prayer like I used to do. Okay? Now, again, another reality check. This column, let's go with this column here. All these numbers just straight as they are. 10 of them. And just don't use these numbers. Use any 10 numbers you want to use. If you played them numbers just like they are, every day for 365 days out the year, all on average you're going to get is 3 of these numbers to come straight. That's telling you the importance of tracking the actual numbers, know what's going on. Because you're only gonna get a third of the 10. You got 1,000 numbers, and a third of the 10 is all you can get, and a third of the year is all you can get. So all you going on average gonna get 3 of these numbers straight. And the next year after that, on the same column, you might just get 3 different more numbers straight. And the year after that, you might get another 3 straight until all these numbers rotate. But at least by checking off the numbers and knowing what's going on with them, you'll know what numbers ain't hitting and how they're hitting. Like I said, evening, and that's all I track, the 571. You can do this on midday. You can do this on any draw you want. You can track all of them. But they all gonna rotate different. And the only way you're gonna know is you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. Because you just can't do a third of the numbers and figure out what's going on and play and try to hit. You got to be looking at all of them to play and know how to hit. And like I say, you still ain't gonna hit 635 of them. All right. You don't do nothing, and you want to start following me, and and doing your state, checking your numbers, just follow me with your system, and see how I do it. And as I check them off, you check your own state numbers off, and see the beauty of this. That you don't have to guess what's going on with the numbers. You'll know what's going on with the numbers without a doubt. But you got to realize you're only going to have 365 that you're going to play, and it's going to still be 635 out there left to play. But you're not looking at all these 635 because they all are in this column in the combinations. So all you got to do is look at the columns to see which of these 635 ain't played. The 6 of the 635 ain't played in each column. That's how that works. So I call it PICK-3 at a glance. I had this sheet for 30 years. I've been playing PICK-3 for 30 years, and it's been good to me. I'm blessed to share it with the rest of the world. I guess I share it with the rest of the world. 70 years old, 71. I said I was going to stop counting at 70. But I'm here sharing it with you all. Okay, now, so if you like what you see, subscribe, hit that bell, so when I post and upload a video, you can follow me, because I come up with other stuff that I add on as I go that I can share with you, you know. So yeah, that's how that one works. Now, here is another strategy. And it's a simple PICK-3 at a glance strategy. And it's tracking the pairs. And just like this 517, it's got 3 different numbers, so you're going to have 3 pairs. You're going to have the 15 here. You're going to mark off the 17 here. And you're going to mark off the 57. Okay? And if you have, let's say, if you have a double, like 112, you're going to mark off the 11, and you're going to mark off the 12. And if you have a triple, you're going to have, it's like triple twos there. You're going to just circle the double twos, all right? Now, that's in any of the pairs that's not marked off, and this is a monthly, any of those pairs that's not marked off, you're going to carry them over to the next month. You're going to always know where your pairs that didn't play. So you don't have to ever guess another pair to play if you're playing and you want to play a pair or play pairs. All right? Here is called my single number positioning. This is where I know what numbers fell in what spot and how they fell. So let's say we take the 517 here. It came in. We're going to mark 5 off in the first spot because I did 0 to 9 on 3 columns. Gonna mark off the 5, gonna mark off the 1 in the middle, and the 7 on the end. And at the end of the month, what number is not marked off is when I'm planning a number, I will always know where to put those numbers at. For instance, let me do this here. I think I can get this eraser this off. All right, what we're gonna do here is 160 601 and 610. Mark this off over here. Okay, say on this, take this 160. Say at the end of the month, say I marked off all the numbers but the 6 right here. And I'm playing 160, quite naturally, I'm gonna put that 6 on the front. Because it hadn't fell on the front, I'm gonna start playing this 160 along with 601 and 610. For some fact, if that 6 show up and my number show up, it's gonna probably show up with that 6 on the front. Out of the 3 different ways out of the 6 different ways that 160 can come. All right. Now, front pair, back pair. Again with the 517. This is powerful sheet here too. Very powerful sheet. Very, very powerful sheet. All at a glance. This is a yearly sheet here though. Okay? And as a yearly sheet, what I do is 5-1 here. I'll mark it off on the front. And it's 1-7 on the back. I'll mark it off. And at the end of the year, whatever pair I don't mark off, I know what pairs I'm looking to play front and back. And I make pairs up. If a number don't fall, if the numbers at the top are the same as the numbers at the bottom. Let's say, I'm gonna give you a quick example. The 7-0 front don't fall, and this 0-0 back don't fall. What I do is I made it up. And I make a number on my bucket list of 700, 700. Because the likelihood of when those 2 numbers fall, they might fall together. Okay. Same way I look for triples. If I'm looking to play triples, let's say for instance, 0-0 front don't fall, and 0-0 back don't fall. All year I'm looking to play triple zeros. I'm putting triple zeros on my bucket list to play. But I know that triples only come out 3 times out of a year on a draw. And what I'll probably do is say triples don't come out to the end of the year, like in December, no triples, because I know 3 of them supposed to come out a year on average. Then I'm definitely going to play them triple zeros in December. Especially if that old front pair and that old back pair ain't failed all that time. So you can track everything. It's simple. You can track everything. PICK-3 is the only thing you can do this on now. That's why I don't invest in nothing else. PICK-4, I do a look with Powerball, Powerball, Lotto, and Omega, and all I buy is 1 ticket on them because they strictly luck. Strictly luck. That's all I buy. And if it's 4 years, 9 is 9. But PICK-3, I have fun with it and I win with it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I have fun with it and I win with it. A whole lot better than I used to. But this is my system that I put together, and everything's all at a glance. Take about 10 minutes, if that, to put all this together. And this here, what I did is I took all the doubles and I put them in mirror and opposite positions. So at a glance, I know what double and his pair didn't fall, or what double and his mirror didn't fall. So let's take the 001 here. 001, and it's 110. That's a pair. It's 556, and it's 665 as a pair. But they're opposite of mirror each other. So if I look and see that the one pair didn't fall, and I track it through the year, I carry it over to the year if it didn't fall for the whole year. Or if the pair of one of the mirrors didn't fall, the 001 or the 556, I mark it and carry it all the way over to the year and add it into my bucket list. Another thing I like about it, let's say if the 001 and 002 and the 003 columns, so nothing fall off that column or any of them like that, or four of them like that, I'm carrying those three over into the next year because I know by law average they're going to come out, they're going to rotate. Something's going to fall off them instead of trying to play all them doubles. I don't have to play all them doubles. For some fact, I know which ones ain't showed up, and I can play by law average and just play those doubles as I'm hitting, and I'm looking for doubles to play. I already got my doubles lined up for the year. I don't go into the year from scratch. I used to do that. I used to go to the year starting all over with all those 1,000 numbers. And then as I was tracking, I started to realize that the numbers that hadn't played the year before was the numbers that was falling up the following year and the year after that. And that's when my eyes was open, that I was doing it all wrong, starting over every year with all those 1,000 numbers. But I'd already had the numbers I needed to play just by bringing the ones that didn't play the year before over into the new year, into 2023. Simple and easy to do. So that's the system. So again, like I said, if you're first time.
All righty. That was my tutorial. And we had a question about the 307. So before I play a number, I always want to, well, like I say, as I track, I know just about what numbers I'm looking at to play. But if it's a number that I am interested in, this is what I would do with the 307. First thing I would do is September. I have a yearly sheet that I do. Is it yearly? Okay. See, you do a monthly sheet, but you do a yearly sheet also. All right. And with the yearly sheet, let me do something here right quick, y'all. Let me do something right here. Something quick right here. Let's see. Come on back. Okay. Got to switch off here something right quick. Didn't mean to do it this way. Let's do it this way then. Let's do it this way. Okay. Now, the 307, here's my yearly sheet for the year. So at a glance, I know what every one of the 1,000 numbers and did up to now, to today, because I've been tracking, okay? It's the same as the monthly sheet. And she said, he says, Star says, 307 with his 307 with his straight. I don't know. I guess they're referring. Well, she said she, I don't know what. Star said that. I guess I'd be saying she because I'm saying Star, but Star says is going to come as 307. And so far off this column, the 307 hasn't hit for the year, and the 148. See that? Now, usually if I'm looking at a number to play, I will play it as it is on the column 3037. I would play it that way, and I would play it the 307 as Star said it would come possibly. I would play it at 50 cent. I'm not going to put a lot of investment into it because, like I said, I don't really depend on dream numbers that way. I've dreamed numbers that come in, and I've dreamed a whole lot more, and they didn't. So, but I trust my tracking system a whole lot more than I trust my dreaming system. Okay, that's all I can say. I trust my tracking system. So, but like I say, dream numbers have come in. Yeah. And here, 037. Like I said, I would play it as 037 if I put it in my bucket list and I got it in my budget to play, and I would play it as 307. But see, also I know for the year, one thing that I do know, I would play it and why I would play it. See, that's what I'm saying, knowing why you playing your numbers. Also, where's my other? Right here. It'll be handy somewhere. Two sheets. Nope. Also, remember when I told you I know about the front pair and back pairs? Well, let's go with the front pair, back pair. I'm just giving you ideas of how I would play it. You can look at it. I know for a fact let's see, that this 37, I think it just failed as 373, and that's the first time it failed for the year. That's 373. So what I would do is play it as 373 also, and then the 73 ain't failed on the back at all either. So I would play it as 037, 50 cents straight there, or dollar straight. If I'm going to just play those numbers, I would dollar straight box, dollar straight box, dollar straight box, or 50 combo is $3. But I would definitely play with these on the front, on the back. I mean on the front. And the 037, it'll come that way normally. But you might have to play it a couple of days for it come. Like I said, it depends on you. Usually what I'm looking for on something like that, I look for if the 037 and the 582 ain't played at all for the whole year, oh, it's on like popcorn. Because I'm going to load up on the 307 along with the 582 is opposite that didn't show. Because working with the law average during this time of year is when the numbers start catching up. November and December are my hot hitting months for me. Because by that time, all this here it starts to fall in place. The law average starts to catch up with itself. Like the 02 that ain't fell on the back, the 08 that ain't fell on the back, the 35 ain't fell on the back, the 68 ain't fell on the back, the 75 ain't fell on the back, 76 ain't fell on the back, the 82 ain't fell on the back. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs that ain't fell on the back yet at all. And that's all I stick with. And how to use them, the best way to use them to win. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that ain't fell on the front. And see how it kind of evens out? for the whole year, the numbers are even out. That's why I said before it's over with, the rest of these more likely going to hit. See that? You see that? You only got on the front one. That's why I say tracking is keen, because you can see the numbers balancing out, working with the law average instead of study trying to chase numbers. Okay, the 908. You say 908, and you say because the 9 hadn't filled in. Okay, 9 hasn't filled in the front and 0 in the middle. First thing I want to go back and see what's going on with the 908 off the column, and see if it's failed and its opposite ain't failed. Okay. Um, what column 908 then? That, yeah. Why that didn't dawn on me? That's 3, 4, 5. I see if the 3, 4, 5 or the 908 fail toward this end of the year. If none of the others, either one of them fail, I still would focus on the 908. Okay, but I would play the 3, 4, 5 with it. But I don't focus on the. And you talk about strategy number 3, with that 908 not falling in front, the middle. That is not what I use to make up my number, the PICK-3 number. I use that if, for instance, like, okay, let me show you. I'm gonna do the 908. Say you already got your number, and it's the 908. And for strategy number 3, I realize that, say this month, well, let's go to September, that the 8 hadn't played on the back, on the front, and I'm playing 908, I'm gonna make sure I play it as 809 or 890. See, that's what I use strategy number 3 for. I don't use it to pick the numbers. I use the columns to pick my numbers. I use strategy 3 to know what position I would play the number. If the 908, I'm already playing it. Because that next month, I'm going to make sure that I put the 8 on front instead of just playing it on the back. You kind of seeing what I'm saying? I don't use strategy 3 for picking my numbers. I use the 22 columns and find my numbers and the opposite. Now I use the pairs to see what pairs ain't played when I'm tracking the number. Or if the 0 hadn't failed on the front, then I would play 089. See what I'm saying? Or 098, 098. Or if the 9 hadn't failed on the back, I play it as 089 or 809. See what I'm saying? That's what you use in strategy number 3 for. To change up the positions of a number that you're already playing, and you realize that number hasn't failed. I don't use that to pick the number. Is everybody hearing me what I'm saying here? Strategy number 3. Most of my number picking is going to come off my columns, because I realize that a column ain't filled in 60 days or 90 days. Now I already got my number. And they say, well, I know that's column 12. Say column 12 don't hit here in 60 days. And the 908 is one of my numbers I'm playing off of column, I say 12? 012, column 1, 012 ain't, and I've got the 908. Then I'm using 3. If the 908 is one of the numbers I'm already carrying, now I'm going to know what position I'm going to put them numbers in if it goes a whole month and don't hit, like you just said. Are you understanding what I'm saying there? Because it's kind of hard to know what number, if it's not, it could be a likelihood that it do fall. Let me think. Another way, say the 9 didn't fall in the middle, and you playing the pair, you'd be 9-0. It'd be you would wheel at 9. Let's say I want to wheel at 9. I know it ain't played on the front. It'd be 9-0, 9-1, 9-2, 9-3, 9-4, 9-5, 9-6, 9-7, 9-8, 9-9. See what I'm saying? That's what I look at there. If I want to play a pair, because that 9 ain't fell on the front, then I would just wheel everything with the 9 on the front, because I know anything with that 9 on the front, I'll win. You seeing that? Or if the with the 0, I usually don't try to wheel that middle number, because that middle number, it could come either way, because I don't really mess with it. If like you say, the 8 ain't fell on the back, then the catch I would do is 08, 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, and I would wheel it down. That's what I would be looking at. I don't really use that to pick my number. I use that to see the significance of it. Like I said, if I realize that what position my number didn't fall in. If I was playing this 908 and I realized that the 8 didn't fall on the front for the whole month, then I'm on state, just hold this position on the 908. I would play these 50 cents straight with this one straight box. You see that? I don't use this strategy 3 to just actually pick the number. I already have the number. What I'm interested in is seeing how 3 would help me position me in a better position to win by these methods here. Now, the front strategy 4, front pair and back pair, I do look at that to mate up the numbers. Let's see. This is 4 front pair and back pair, because I know that like the 1-7 and the 7-5 ain't hit. I'm definitely carrying. That's going to be my number. Even though I know it hit as 5-7-1 already, I know it hasn't hit in this position, and I win like that. Or the 7-6. And that's why I'm putting 50 cents on this on the back and 50 cents on this one on the back. So if it come, I'm gonna go load up still on the 175 and the 176 because that number has not failed on the front at all or for the whole year. Even though the number has failed for the whole year, I kind of wish the number hadn't failed for the whole year, but it don't work like that sometimes. Now let's see the '08. How can I use the '08 on here? See here, this '08 ain't fell on the back. And if it's in your state where you know the '08 ain't fell on the back pair ain't fell on the back for the whole year, now that 908 would look good to me, extra good. Or what else I would look for with the 8, with the 9 off of my sheet here. I really don't see anything else. But I do see that I would definitely be playing 908. And I'd make sure I back pair that 8 on the back with it. I hope that answered your question there. Oh, yeah, this thing, my phone not moving. Okay, you got it. Okay. It didn't even move. Okay. That's why I kept asking you, did you get my phone ain't is acting up. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. Don't use that to try to find your number. You should already have your number. 3 is just to know what position to put your number in. Okay. All right. Yeah. Glad to see you here. Okay. Anybody else with any more questions? Okay. Yeah. Some people do mix that up. Somebody else had another question like that. And I can see how you would mess that up, uh, 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 mix that up, like I say. Um, but I know a little bit more about it because I know why I put it together for what I was using it for. But a lot of people have asked me that. But no, I don't use that to pick the number. I already have the number, but I know now if a number ain't filled, like I said, seventh and fell with no number for 2 months. And so that's how you know. Then that way you don't miss something. All right, anybody else? Okay. All right. I'm gonna call it quits. I'm gonna have class coming up in a little bit. So I hope things probably a little slow. What's the date? Tuesday? Yeah. All right, family. Thanks everybody for coming to the live. If you have any other questions, I'm going to upload the video. You can add them in the comments. Just always go to the current video to put any comments in or email me. And that way I'll get them. And if something you put in there and you don't get a response, it's not anything that uh, um, that I'm not doing or replying back to you. Sometimes your comments don't come up on YouTube. So it's probably best to email to get a response. All right, family. Like I say, play them till they come. Make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you track it, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town.